Good morning, everyone. Hope you're well. It's Nikki here from Happy Hormones for Life, and today I am talking about yoga. So I'm actually on my yoga mat. I don't know if you can see that. There, that's my mat. This is my lounge. So I thought I'd just do it from here for a change today, because I'm about to do my yoga practice. I wanted to talk about yoga because it has really changed my life. I've discovered yoga about just over 10 years ago, and it's really saved me in a lot of ways, particularly when my hormones started to play up. And I've not stopped doing it. I've been on and off with it a little bit, but it's really been a foundation of my movement and my kind of routine in a way, because it has so many benefits for me. And when I started looking at it, I thought, wonder if it has any real science behind it, and it really does. So I just wanted today to look at 11 different health benefits of yoga. Um, and you don't have to be really good at it. That's the brilliant thing about yoga. It's just a practice that you can do to your own level. So the first thing for me is it's a massive stress reliever. So I talk about stress and cortisol a lot, particularly in terms of how it can affect your hormones. And it's definitely a personal struggle as well. I struggle a lot with managing my cortisol levels, running a business, running a family, doing all the things that us women do. Is a challenge. So I always have to manage my cortisol. So try and find lots of different ways to do that. But yoga is a key piece for me to do that. Um, and studies show that it can actually reduce your cortisol levels. So it is a really good, helpful tool to take you through any kind of hormone challenges, particularly perimenopause and menopause. The second thing about yoga is it helps with anxiety and depression. So along the same lines, it's been shown in studies to reduce feelings of anxiety and depression and really boost your endorphins and happy hormones like serotonin and dopamine. Number three, it helps with your heart, from increasing circulation because you're moving more to lowering blood pressure and cholesterol as well. It's shown to be really helpful for heart health. Next is pain. Actually, studies are showing that yoga can relieve pain in people with things like carpal tunnel, osteoarthritis, people that suffer with kind of muscle cramps and things like that. So it's actually likely to help with other pain as well. Next up is your bone health. Yoga is weight bearing, so it's really good for your bones. One study showed that just 12 minutes of yoga a day improved your bone density in the spine and legs of people participating in the study. So, that's going to help prevent things like osteoporosis that we're prone to after 40 and through menopause. Next up is sleep. Evidence shows that yoga can increase your sleep quality and sleep duration, and even increase secretion of melatonin, which is your sleep hormone, which can decrease over time. So really, really good for your sleep. And I don't know about you, but sometimes I get a little bit twitchy when I go to bed, and my muscles just can't quite relax. So doing some yoga stretches just before bed really, really helps with that. It just helps those muscles kind of switch off. Number seven is actually flexibility, balance, strength, and posture. All of these things so important as you get older, because you do tend to lose that as you get older. And if you've ever practiced yoga, you'll see how it improves all of these things. Flexibility, really important to avoid injuries. Balance, something that we tend to lose as we get older. So the more balance you have, the less likely you're going to fall. Strength, really important for those muscles, and posture generally, because that's going to help stop you getting pains. Next up is breathing and lung function. Well, it's not cardio activity, but it depends how hard you do it, to be fair, because I've done a lot of classes where I'm really sweating and my heart is really pumping. But, regular yogic breathing can really help improve lung capacity. And breathing is a massive part of yoga. It's breathing and the movement together that's so good. And for me, that breathing really, really helps as well, not just with the lung capacity, but with the mindfulness element of yoga and really just being in the present moment. Next up is migraines. Studies have shown that that you can get significant improvement in migraine symptoms from regular yoga. So that's a benefit that I didn't know about for sure. And then your immune system. So research is showing that it can affect your gene expression of your white blood cells, so that they can better fight off infection. And we all need that at the moment, especially in the middle of winter. when there's still a lot of COVID around, and potentially our vitamin D levels aren't quite what they are in the summer. And the last one, number 11, is brain function. So just 20 minutes of yoga a day can get rid of brain fog and help you process information better. And I think it's to do also with being in that present moment, switching off, being more mindful, because we know that mindfulness and meditation can help with focus, concentration, and general alertness during the day. So many benefits, and lots of studies confirm that yoga has so many benefits. And for me, it's the perfect exercise for hormone balance and just general health. So it ticks all the boxes for a lot of different things. So it's a kind of all-in-one exercise, if you like. But mostly I do it just because it makes me feel good afterwards. It makes me feel more relaxed, more centered, and definitely more sharp and ready to get on with the day. So that's why I do mine in the morning. And it makes me stand a little bit taller. So tips, if you're not into yoga just yet, I would just say try lots of different classes. Lots of women say to me, oh, I've tried yoga, it doesn't really work for me, I don't really like it. And I would say generally that's because you haven't found the right class or the right teacher. I spent years trying to find the right class and teacher, and I was in and out of things going, oh, I'm not really sure if this is for me. And then I found my teacher. I'm willing to share her yoga with Eleanor. She's amazing. She does Zoom classes. And I'll put her link in as well, because I've been with her now for many years, and she's great. So it works for me, but it took me quite a while to find that right class that really did it for me and made me want to keep going. So keep looking if you haven't found that one yet, because it's quite a unique thing, finding the right yoga teacher. Number 2 tip is, it doesn't matter if you're not flexible. I've mentioned this before. If you're not very good, if you're not flexible, actually this is probably, you should be doing it. Another reason you should be doing it, because if you're not flexible, you can then increase your flexibility. But the worst thing to do is compare yourself with anyone else in the class, even when you're on Zoom. Zoom's a good thing actually to do yoga too, because you actually can't really see other people. So it's not very social, but then again, you're not comparing yourself to everyone else. It's not a competition. Yoga is very individual, and you do it to your own ability, and that's when you're going to get the benefits. And last tip is, I like it because it's not a real intense form of exercise. A lot of people think exercise should be hard or intense, or you should push yourself to the limits. And research actually suggests otherwise, especially true for women over 40 who have hormone imbalances already, particularly stress and cortisol. It's so helpful, as we often really find it hard to slow down and breathe and be in that present moment, especially as women when we've got so much going on. And that's exactly what your body needs right now. So it's just a win-win for everything. So do let me know in the comments if you practice yoga, what kind of yoga, because there's lots of different kinds as well, and really what benefits you get from it. And I'd love to hear from you. And if you do need any help, of course, we're always here. So do contact us for any one-to-one support or testing. We'll get some information sent over to you. Have an amazing weekend, everyone. See you soon.